you know what, for 13 years, I haven't said this again. Aries and I know each other through stand-up, mutual friends, Zoo Miller. Y'all stayed across the hall or however that was the first time we kicked it. Then I ended up working at the studio where Mad TV was filmed, and I become the warm-up guy. And I'd never done warm-up before. Did it one time, was hired, and then have basically a career. You and I don't believe have even discussed this.
Right.
You know, I held that Oscar.
Really?
Yeah, I was the warm-up guy on the first season of the Monique show. And I've never discussed this publicly.
Right.
So I witnessed a lot of things that were happening as that was going on.
Right.
And again, the reason why I never talk about it is just, it's weird. When I woke up the other day and saw DL and Monique beef, and it hurt me. It's like what you and Corey, it hurt me. Comedy is hard, man. I try to explain to people, and you understand this, people who don't do comedy, it's funny how like in different platforms that promote comedy beef, if you read the comments, people are like, I thought all comedians got along. It's like, dude, if y'all knew, when there's a Def Jam taping or a Netflix thing where a bunch of comedians are taping a show, man, you think we were the best. We have the camaraderie of something significant.
Yeah.
But as soon as everybody gets on the plane, or ask a room full of comics how they feel about a comic, it starts off with a disclaimer. He's a cool guy, but there's dissension, but the world didn't get to see it until the internet comes around. So, you know, I come from an era, I started in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? You didn't tell. You get to tour with famous comics. Some of these dudes have habits they don't want anybody to know. People come at you all the time about who you have open for you.
Yeah.
And we have this discussion.
Oh God, I'm so glad you're here now. Let me just say, because I was catching a lot of flack. Aries be acting like he all black this and black that, militant brotherhood, but then he don't let no brothers open for him. He got a white feature. And I said, well, first of all, I don't owe you motherfuckers no explanation. You niggas is local. I've been all over the world. I've been doing this 32 years. I have earned my purple stripes and purple hearts. I don't owe you shit. Secondly, what you don't know is, like I said, prior to my Hispanic opener, who was my second opener, Nary Signs, prior to Andy Steinberg, who's my current opener, Jewish Cat, it was Gerard. And the reason why I had Gerard and won't just work with any black guy is because so many black comics tend to be one note. Black people this, white people that, racism, nigga, or just over the top, just ridiculous amounts of, I don't want to say there's too much profanity, but show some levels to your comedy. And I don't want my audience, who can be very mixed at times, to feel like it's a Def Jam show. And if you got white people in the audience and you got the MC who comes out and does 10 minutes of black-white, then you got your feature who does 25 minutes of black-white, and I come out and do 20 minutes of black-white, it's too much. And what I love about Gerard is, funny than a motherfucker, can give you the streets. Intelligent, articulate, well-spoken, can give you intelligent comedy too. So because he can go there, we don't do this. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this last thing to all you local cats who say that. Remember something, I'm the main event. The fuck I look like as the main event, explaining myself to the undercard. The main event. So get your weight up, become the main event, and you too can call shots at your shows. I'm gonna give you the floor again, but and I just want to say this. I remember we was at the airport, and like Gerard saying, comics, we sometimes get together in certain circumstances. Getting off the road, it's me at the baggage claim, Guy Torrey, Alex Thomas. Mm-hmm. We all came in at the same time. We talk about being on the road. We chopping it up about comedy, the camaraderie. And at one point, Alex was discussing with me this very topic. Mm-hmm. And Alex goes, and what cats don't understand is, if you got a comic and you use shawty, if you got a comic that want to talk about the most nastiest shit, wildest, ghettoest shit, there's a night for that. But if I'm the headliner and he ends his set with, and that's how you eat corn out of bitch booty hole. Give it up for your headliner. And I'm supposed to come out and talk about my trip to France, nigga? Like, come on. So that shit matters.